It's a little rain in the air, but that ain't stopping us. We got sunshine in our heart right now. In the back right now, that's Janelle Monáe singing right now. We're going to get to the interview in just a second, but we're going to let you marinate on that right now. Foxhole listeners, man, this is what it's all about. This is why we do this show, because we get a chance to bring together legends in music, television, cinema, animation, male exotic dancing. It's crazy, right? We got to start. Can we get some hand claps already that's coming in right now? We're just going to roll into this thing. Okay. And you remember, it's what's cracking other than the crack of your ass? Okay, that's how we get into this thing. What's cracking other than, whenever I say what's cracking, you say other than the crack of your ass. That's how we get down on serious.
This is your version of Simon Says?
Yes. A very serious Simon Says. We're going to get into it right now. Foxhole listeners, this is Jamie Foxx, Foxhole Radio. It's going down. What's cracking other than the crack of your ass? Oh, my goodness. Listen, we are here for the Rio 2, Rio Dos, Rio 2. If you haven't seen it, you've been under a rock. We are here in Miami right now. It's going down, and I happen to be lucky enough to be sitting with the cast of Rio 2 in the building right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to start off, we're going to go to my right. In the house, we got
George Lopez.
What? In the house, we got
Jemaine Clement in the house.
What? In the house, we got
Janelle Monáe.
Oh, you said it's so sexy. In the house, we got
Sergio Mendes.
What? Say that again. Who we got?
Sergio Mendes.
Are you understanding who's in the house right now? We got, and ladies, he's very good looking. You know, I'm comfortable enough in my skin to say this. In the house, we got
Rodrigo Santoro.
Woo! You hear how he said that? Wow. And in the house, we got all the way from Oklahoma. Who we got?
Kristin Chenoweth, baby.
Yes. And listen, before I say this person in the house, we got this person right now, when I was in college and I saw his movie and I saw this first scene with him and Sean Connery. And I saw this young man step into a space and take that space and go toe-to-toe with James Bond. I'm talking none other than
Andy Garcia.
What? Yeah. In the house we got, oh my goodness.
Oh, hi, Jesse Eisenberg. Why did I get, oh my goodness?
Because we're just so happy to see you, man.
Thanks, happy to be here.
How great is that? And we'll get back. And in the house, we got the director of Rio.
Carlos Saldaña.
Carlos Saldaña. And listen, in the house we got, now I've watched this young lady, and we'll get into it. But she has done some things in acting that has really, she's really put her footprint and foot in some things. She let people know that she is not playing around. The beautiful, the talented
Anne Hathaway.
What? So listen, we have the cast of Rio 2 here. We are in Miami. If you're digging Miami, make some noise right now. It's going down. Before we get into it, this movie is called Rio, and it's called Rio for a reason. It's called Rio because this is about Rio de Janeiro. We're here with the director and the creator. Carlos, talk about this. This is your passion project. This is something that you've had in your heart a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm from Rio, so I always felt that I could try to share a little bit of my culture, where I come from, but in a way that it's fun, in a way that's colorful and fun, and something that I can do that, everybody would appreciate, all over the world. It's not a movie done for Brazil, it's not a movie done for the U.S., it's a movie done for the world, and people to have fun and enjoy it.
But wait a minute, when you say keep it real, somebody told me that they were from Brazil, and in the opening of the first movie, they saw their house in the animation. They're like, that's where I live, right there. In the animation, that's how real it is.
It's all created. That was merely a coincidence, I think. It was nothing, not planned. My house was there. I heard my house there.
Did you imagine when you started this project that you would see these types of people at the table? Did you have these people in mind, or what was the process of that?
Well, I thought that this was like a dream come true. Like if I could get all these people in the house, and then I did, and I was like, what? Just like you.
Hey, I'm happy to talk about your two stars. I'm gonna ask Jesse and Ann, what's it like getting into these characters? Because you guys are serious actors. You use your facial expressions. You use all those different things. How different was it getting into these characters?
Well, with this, you can use your facial expressions, but it's meaningless. It's so fun to do because the characters are so sweet. And then this movie is a continuation of the first movie, so now they have a family, and it's just so much fun, especially working with Carlos because he plays all the other characters when you're recording. He acts out the 300 other characters.
I try my best.
And it's crazy as I'm watching you now. I mean, you really are Blue. This is really part. Is this part of you in this character?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is so. My daughter's gonna flip when she sees this. And talk about this role. You've done so many great roles right now, but talk about taking on this character and what was your process?
Well, gosh, my process was just really trusting Carlos. I mean, we
just jammed.
You know, we came in. It actually, in the first film, it took us a few sessions to figure out who she was, to find that balance between, spicy and sweet.
Yeah.
And she wasn't in a really good place in the first one. She was pretty angry. She'd been pretty, kind of, the world had messed around with her a little bit. And in this one, she's in a much happier place. She has a family. She's living in a love place. And and it was really enjoyable to kind of, mature with the character.
Right now, how difficult is it getting to those characters? I mean, is Carlos, what type of director is this guy? I mean, is he a tough guy? Is he a cool guy? What's up?
He's both.
Well, it's funny, getting into character, I think as an actor, you try to get it away from you, and he kept trying to bring it back to us. But in terms of Carlos, I mean, you are so at the top of your game at what you do, and you're one of the purest, kindest people that I've ever met. And doing the first one, it was a little scary because you don't know where it's going to go. And then we saw the first film, loved the first film, and I really came back the second time just to get to spend more time with you and bring your beautiful vision to life.
Yes,
that's right.
It's Foxx Radio, baby. Listen, we are in Miami right now. The sun is balmy right now. It's a balmy 82. Foxx listeners. This is the Rio 2 cast. Now, to the right of me, I've watched this guy. I've watched his stand-up for the past 25 years. No one makes you laugh like this guy. If you haven't seen this dude, he's absolutely amazing. I saw a kid, 6 years old, that walked up to him and just said, "Hey, man, I love your show," because his show played on one network and then it went to Nickelodeon. Now his audience is from 3 to 90. I'm talking none other than George Lopez. Talk about your involvement in this, man, and how you brought your magic and talent to this.
Well, I got to tell you, the first time I recorded with Carlos, I wasn't prepared, I don't think, for a guy who was that detailed and meticulous in every aspect, every inflection, every nuance. It's crazy. I mean, the first time I was a little bit caught off guard, and I was like, wow, man, this guy is really, I mean, he's got quite a vision for it. The second time, I ate half of a marijuana cookie and went in.
Yeah, that's how we go. Keep it Foxhole, baby. Let them know the process.
Threw down. And I've never told anybody that until right now.
Yeah, you can say it on the Foxhole.
And then I went in there and lit it up and told him, "Yo, can I go back and record everything I did the first time?" And he said, "Yes."
About. Now we getting the real. We getting the uncensored. Vanessa over there
Raphael is a little bit. She has pains in the wings.
Medicinal.
He's got glaucoma.
He's got glaucoma, and so that was a.
Just for the record, I didn't know anything about that.
No, you did not.
Nice.
You didn't have the other half of the cookie?
Nobody knew it right
Just
now.
for the record.
I'm saving the other half for 3.
Mr. Clement, who I think at this table would agree, he has the most incredible character. Listen, Jemaine, tell us about your character and how you crafted that person, and let our listeners know your background first, and let them know how you got to this.
Oh, that's a long story.
Yeah,
that's a long story. I was born in a simple place. I'll skip ahead to the character. He's just he's the bad guy, and in the first one he's kind of damaged and evil, angry, and this one he's more damaged, more evil, angrier.
It's great.
Talk about the musical process, because I hear that you guys crafted that rap and everything like that, and how did that come about?
It was a surprise, really, where they had. I knew I was going to do Gloria Gaynor's "I Will Survive," and I thought, yes, it's the perfect song for me to do. And
shout out to all my same-sex marriages out there. Gloria Gaynor, go get it. It's Foxhole.
And then I recorded that, and they said, okay, now we would like you to do a rap.
Wow.
And I went, okay, have you written it? No, you were going to write it.
Wow.
And then
So what gives you? How can you just write a rap like that? What's your back? What in your background gives you that type of?
I grew up in the ghetto. No, I'm not very good at rapping. That's part of that's my thing. That's my thing.
I disagree as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, the kids absolutely love it. They have a great time. It's Foxx on Radio. Listen, we got the cast. Rio 2, we're in Miami. We got all the cultures here. I'm at a table with legends in music. I'm in a table with legends in music and television and animation, but to a future legend who I got a chance to shake a tail feather with last night at the after joint. I even gave her mom a lap dance last night. That's how crazy it got right now.
This is true.
And her mom was knocking on my door last night. What's going on? No, that didn't actually happen.
No.
But I'm talking about Janelle Monáe. Really, first of all, give us a little bit of where you come from and your music, but then talk about what you did for this and how you and Carlos got together and made this beautiful music for this movie.
Sure. Well, I'm just very thankful to be a part of such an amazingly well-written animation. I think is actually the best. And I'm not just saying that because I'm here with you, of course, but it is so well written. And I come from a musical background. I'm an artist, and I started off independently in Atlanta, Georgia, and Outkast helped open up doors. Sean Puffy Combs opened up doors.
Wow, did he?
And so I'm
Shout out to
here.
Ciroc.
And so Carlos actually heard my music, and I didn't even know, that he was aware of it. And I have a lot of Brazilian influence in a lot of my songs. And so he said, I want you to do the opening. And we met. We had lunch in Rio.
Yes.
I spent some time
in Brazil?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to go. Did you guys get to go to Brazil to meet Carlos?
Well, no, I was there because I opened up for Stevie Wonder. He was there rocking Rio.
Everybody had to go.
Okay, I got you.
So he invited me, and I was a little intimidated because he said the opening, and we met back up in the States, and there was a process. He said, Sergio Mendes is going to be executive producing, so we have to make sure that he loves it. So I wrote this song in like 2 hours, and Carlos said, make sure it's Janelle Monáe. I want it to feel like you. So I wrote it just like it was going on my album. I actually wanted it on my album, and they heard it, and they were like, no, we want this for the movie. And I said, okay. And so anyway, so we're here, and having Carlos's input, and when he said he loved it and signed off on it, it was just the ultimate compliment.
Can you sing with it a little bit right now? Can we?
I was out last night, Jamie.
Can we just all sing a little? Yeah.
I wake up every morning thinking about the way you feel.
Hey.
Oh, I wonder if you know it. And what good is the party if you're not around? Listen to me now. What good is love? Crazy love. Hey.
Everybody singing with it. Sing with it.
What good is love?
Foxx on Radio. We got a live exclusive right now. We got real talent here, man.
If it's not your love.
Ain't no auto-tune in here.
If you can't hit it too.
Go ahead and get it.
I can't imagine dancing without you.
How much time we got? Yeah.
A shooting star ain't really nothing to see.
Yes.
If you ain't right here standing next to me.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Jamie, you sing too. Let me try. You sing too. Come on. I wake up every morning thinking about the way you feel. Yeah. If you know it.
One more chorus.
What good is the party if you're not around? Listen to me now.
Yeah.
Crazy love.
Everybody singing that.
Not your love.
This is a crazy love.
What good is love?
This is a crazy love. That's what I'm talking about, Foxx. So listen.
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe.
Thank you. I'm so thankful.
Listen, on a dime right now, for all of you people out there who's wondering where the real talent is, it's right here, no auto-tune, right on a dime, fresh out of Club Live, with all types of smoke in her lungs from other people smoking and all types of Ciroc and Hennessy. And right there,
Yes.
talk about the man to the right of you.
Oh my gosh.
A music juggernaut
One of my
right
musical
now. Carlos,
heroes.
talk about your wanting to get Sergio Mendes involved in this.
Well, the first idea, the first time that I thought about the movie Rio, I thought about music. I cannot think about Brazil without music, and I keep thinking, who could be the person that will be that source of music, that could create music, that could help make the music feel not only authentic, but feel like something that everybody would appreciate it. And the only name that came to my mind is Sergio Mendes.
Wow.
The one and only, yes.
Mr. Mendes, please bless us with how you got with this project. What was your process in bringing the music to the forefront? And also give, what is it now? What's next for you now? Give us those things.
Well, I hope Rio 3. Anyway.
Nice.
So I met Carlos, like you said. We're both from Rio, so there's a familiarity about the culture, about the music, of course. And being born in Rio, it's a place it's an incredible place. I used to play in clubs, in Copacabana.
How long ago?
A few years ago. I was very lucky to be around a wonderful time of Brazilian music, the Bossa Nova days.
Wow.
So I'm talking about early 60s.
Early 60s.
So yes.
And still doing it.
And
amazing.
I'm blessed, man.
Talk about let me jump to something else. Talk about you've met Frank Sinatra, I'm sure.
Yeah, I toured with him twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How was that? How was that at that time? Frank, because myself and Andy Garcia were talking last night. We were in Club Live, and they actually changed Club Live from. Talk about that, Andy. What happened with the club?
Well, I used to work here in the 60s.
The Fountain Blue.
I used to work here at the Fountain Blue in the social staff over Christmas and spring break and the summers. And that room was called the Laurent Room. And it was a classic Vegas cabaret, stage, kind of like a half moon birthday cake kind of room, layers like that of people. And Sinatra performed there, and Martin and Lewis and Tony Bennett, and all the great singers, and they, unfortunately they took, they tore it down and created this discotheque.
And got Rick Ross and Lil Wayne up in that bitch.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I mean, look at the contrast. But I felt you last night that really meant something to you.
Yeah, I think I'm very disappointed by it. I'm very disappointed because that's a black box. It's good if you like the disco scene, that's fine. But you can build that anywhere, in any corner.
Wow.
The Laurent Room is a place of history, and I think that should have been respected.
Wow,
would have been great.
Well, talk about those times in those rooms. What was that like with Frank and Dean and
Sammy Davis Jr.? Sometimes, man, Sergio, baby.
Talk about those times.
Well, working with Sinatra, the first time I did a tour was in 1966. It was my band, Brazil 66, and Buddy Rich's band. So it was like
Buddy Rich, fantastic drummer.
Yeah,
Johnny Carson.
Right, and so he was incredible. Working with Frank was like every night. It was just amazing.
Now talk about this.
Now I gotta tell you something. Okay, fun. But so Frank Sinatra, yes. But then you fast forward a little bit to Rio 1, and then that's when I did the album with Will.i.am. Wow. And again, working with young people like him and now Janelle. For me, that's the greatest vibe, the energy that comes. Because I want to learn. I'm always, learning. I'm interested in knowing other people's musical realities and what they do and how they write songs. So it's been a wonderful experience working with this dream team. Everybody, actually.
Fantastic. We're here. Foxhole Radio is going down. Sergio Mendes in the building. Everybody in Foxhole land. I'm sitting at the table with legends. Rodrigo, please talk to us, man. Tell us how you got involved with this and where you're from. I know we got to move it along because they're telling us we got other things we got to go do, but just give us this.
From New Zealand, born and raised. Not really.
I was about to say.
I'm Brazilian, dude.
Brazilian, yeah,
from
that's
Rio.
what I'm saying. Tudo bem.
Tudo bem. I met Carlos in an airplane, flying to L.A., and then this guy just came with that great expression, a lot of love. I'm like, this guy looks like a nice guy. He came to me and said, look, I'm doing this animation about Rio, blah, 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 and started to explain me everything. So cut to 2 months later, we had lunch in L.A., and, he taught me about the character and everything. And
tell people the character did you play in Rio?
I played Tulio. Tulio is an ornithologist. Love that word. He's a bird scientist in love with birds. His mission in life is to protect the birds. And now in Rio 2, he's actually in the Amazon exploring the jungle when he finds something that could be the proof of the blue macaws.
Nice.
That they are not extinct. So he goes on a mission to find them, and a lot of adventures in the middle of the jungle.
And Carlos, is it necessary that this guy looks this good to play this part, just in general?
It's not a requirement.
Okay, good. Because I'm trying not to look in his eyes.
It does help with the publicity, man. Like the girls go crazy.
They go crazy.
It's a magnet. It's a magnet.
Yes.
I just got to bring it up. I bet some of the boys go crazy too.
Oh my God. Uh-oh.
Shout out to all my same-sex listeners.
I'm a good person inside, though, okay?
But looking around the room here, here, like, this is a pretty looking good crowd.
Yeah,
you guys,
yeah.
you guys
I know a lot of people that look good on the inside but don't look like that. All right, we got to keep moving on. Kristin Chenoweth.
Yeah, baby.
Please talk to us with this beautiful voice and tell us where you. I know you're from Norman, Oklahoma. How did you get involved in this thing?
I saw the first one and I loved it. And Carlos came to me and said, "Would you like to be?" I figured I'd be playing a bird as well. And I went to the studio and he showed me this pink frog.
Yeah.
Poisonous, no doubt. And I knew I saw her eyes on the side of her head blinking, and I knew that was for me.
Wow. And you are absolutely fantastic in it. What's the name of the song that you sing in this movie?
It's called, it's an ode to, I like to say a little operetta, maybe a little Puccini, Madeline Kahn-esque. It's called Poisonous Love.
Really? Now, do we get a little bit of it? Do we get a little? Because this is how we do. This is how we do on Foxhole, baby. It's real.
Okay, I partied in my bed alone last night. So
It's all good.
Oh, poisonous love, standing here, you're so near and yet so far.
Like a star.
Oh, Kristin, that's amazing. Make sure you go check this movie out. Rio 2 is coming out when? April 11th. Oh, April 11th coming out. April 11th. Foxhole Radio. Listen, this next man that I'm going to talk with, he's already talked a little bit, but Andy Garcia is here. Please tell us how you're involved with this, man, and give us, what you got the star on the Walk of Miami fame.
Yes, so did Jaime.
Yeah. But the thing is, I was really in awe of you and in your company, and I watched the way the city embraced you. 1961, Cuban?
Yes. Came from Cuba in 61, Cuban exile. Lived under the Castro regime for 2.5 years.
Wow.
And finally, my parents said, enough of this. They had passed a law where you lost the rights to your children to the state.
Wow.
And that was like the last straw.
Wow.
So we came here, Miami Beach. We grew up in Harding Avenue there on 86 in Collins.
Wow. And you talked about government cheese, which I thought that was interesting because I thought that was just a black thing to get the government cheese.
Right.
No, we had the Cuban refugee program, and they would give out Spam and powdered eggs and milk and peanut butter and lard.
Wow.
Yeah, it's stuff, just basically the basics like government rations, big bars of Velveeta cheese.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
But I used to get it in there.
Yeah.
You couldn't even make a grilled cheese sandwich if cheese never melts.
You could prop a door up to it.
It's crazy. You could use it for everything.
But you can cook Spam like 100 different ways.
Yeah.
But I just got a call from Carlos, I guess it was. I remember, just said about, come in and talk about this. And I read the script, and it was, extraordinarily well written. Like some of the best writing in our industry is coming from the animation world. And so I was honored to be in it. I love the first picture, and that my kids had seen it, and so for me, it was a joy to get the call.
That's fantastic. And I met your kids. You're fantastic. Congratulations on beautiful kids, and your daughter's working and doing her thing. How does that feel?
Yeah,
proud papa.
I got 2 older daughters who are actresses, and another one's graduating from college, who's also a model. And
fantastic.
And they're doing well. They're fighting the good fight.
Well, man, I want to say this. I'm a huge fan of you. I'm a huge fan of all of you guys. This has been fantastic. I got to talk about you for 2 seconds, though, because I got to say this. I'm watching your trajectory as an actress, and just talk about that a little bit. I watch you take on this iconic character in Batman, which to me, that was probably one of the most challenging parts, right? And you killed it. Just give me a little bit of that for our listeners right now. How was that? And then talk about a little bit about winning an Oscar, and then we're going to wrap everything up. Just give me a little of that.
I think you need to talk about what it's like to win an Oscar.
I've talked. That's all I do is talk about it on the radio. I'm just trying to make sure they don't forget what's popping. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing it for all other kind of reasons. I have my Oscars in places it shouldn't be. Anyway, go ahead.
It was. I just feel like I was so lucky to be in the right place at the right time. What are the chances that a director like Christopher Nolan is going to pick up the Batman franchise and that the character of Selina Kyle comes around, not in the first picture when I would have been too young, but right when I'm the right age for it. So I was so happy.
Right age of 19, yeah.
Thank you. Yes, that is true. Don't Google it.
Praise the Lord.
But it was actually funny because I had to go meet him on a general, and I prefer to audition rather than have general meetings because I'd rather do it than talk about it.
I got it.
So I'm on the plane going out to Los Angeles, and I'm a wreck. I mean, I'm just anxious and nervous and, you know, sweating from places I didn't know I could sweat from.
Wow.
And which is, of course, very Catwoman-like.
Yes.
So I remember going to the bathroom and like having one of those heart-to-hearts with yourself in the bathroom mirror of the airplane, and going, okay, there's nothing you control about this. This is literally out of your hands. Right. The only thing that you can control is, I don't know, don't drink. Do not drink a drop of alcohol until Christopher Nolan makes up his mind. So I meet him 4 days later. It goes well. He says, you know, I'm going to be doing auditions, but I'll let you know like when we can schedule that. So I figure like, all right, I got to keep this going for 2 weeks. 3.5 months later, I auditioned. And then
you're an alcoholic by then.
No. I stayed through, made it through New Year's, made it through everything.
Great.
And then about 4 days after audition, I found out I got the part and went straight out to Smith Street and got a bourbon.
Wow. And then she won an Oscar for Les Mis. How was that?
That was so surreal. That was crazy because I think any actor might not be being totally honest to say they don't at least think about it. I'd like to win an Oscar, but that's something I thought, if it ever happened to me, if I was ever blessed with that, it was going to be in my future. So to be the age that I am and to know what that feels like, to know what it's like to have the ultimate respect of your peers.
21 years old.
As long as you don't Google it, baby, keep going.
There it is.
So, to know that I did something that people respected, that I've achieved that, and that no one can take that away from me. I'm proud of that, and I'm learning how to own that. It's not a natural place for me to live. I still feel very much like, I still come to the table cap in hand. I want to impress everybody. I want to do my best. I want to be part of the team, and so just learning to own that fact that I accomplished something is new.
Yeah, I'm glad you did it, because sometimes people win those Oscars and they change. Because I see people win Oscars and start speaking in an English accent and all kinds of, after the Oscars, I was there. We were there with the Queen, and there I was, so I'm glad that you stayed grounded. Carlos, you got the last word, man. It's Rio 2. Yay! Why do we need to go see this movie again? Tell us, Carlos.
Because it's fun.
Nice. Yeah. Nice.
So it's fun. It's a good message. It's a wholesome movie. And it has an amazing cast in it. And people, I think it's the kind of movie that you can take your kids and enjoy it too, so it's for the whole family.
Nice. It's Jamie Foxx. It's Foxx already. We've had a great time here. Rio 2. I wish I had 1,000,000 hours to talk to all of you guys. You guys are legends and legends in the making. I'm going to tell you right now what's going down. We're in Miami. Rio 2 is coming out April 11th. Make sure you take the kids over and over again to see it. Look, check this out. Listen, what's cracking? Yes, it's going down. And in the house we got
George Lopez.
In the house we got
Jemaine Clement.
In the house we got
Janelle Monáe.
In the house we got
Sergio Mendes.
In the house we got
Rodrigo Santoro.
In the house we got
Kristin Chenoweth.
In the house we got
Andy Garcia.
Oh, in the house we got
Jesse Eisenberg.
In the house we got
Carlos Aldaya.
In the house we got
Jamie Foxx.
Oh! Fox Show Radio, baby. We'll be right back. We're going to take a long break, and we're coming back with Rick Ross. Peace. When I die, heaven better be off the chain, because I'm having a ball right now. We'll see you later.
Woo! Awesome. Holy crap. That was amazing. You were amazing.